What in the world?
Let me finish. And what I say, I do mean. I love you dearly. But you know nothing of my life before we met.
I never asked.
One of the things which has made me so fond of you. If you marry me, Hilton, I promise you marry a woman who has nothing personally to be ashamed of. But you'll have to take my word for it and allow me to be silent forever as to my life before we met. If that's too much to ask, then you must go back to your Derbyshire and leave me to the lonely life in which you found me.
It's little enough to ask. And I shall never let you go. These have been the happiest 3 years of my life.
And when did the first cloud cover the sun of this great happiness?
You have a way of putting things, Mr. Holmes.
And you have a way of prevaricating with your answers, Mr. Cubitt.
Well, it was some months ago, May, in fact.
Hilton!
Hello?
Here, in the drawing room. Well, what do you think?
Yes, great improvement.
Thank you, Saunders.
I met the postman, saved him a journey. There's a bill. There's one for you. An American stamp. Chicago.
Oh.
I hope luncheon's ready. I'm ravenous.
She burned the letter unopened.
Yes. I don't know why.
Of course you don't. America's her past, and the subject of a solemn promise.
Yes, but she's not had an easy hour from that moment. If only she'd trust me. Now, I have every faith in her. You must believe that. Whatever there was in her past, I'm sure it's no fault of hers.
And the dancing men.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought she was getting over the letter, and then these drawings appeared. I mean, it's just a childish scrawl, but it made everything worse than before. Well, I couldn't just leave it. And it wasn't the sort of thing I could take to the police, for they would have laughed at me. So I've come to you.
Don't you think, Mr. Cubitt, that your best plan would be to make a direct appeal to your wife and ask her to share her secret with you?
A promise is a promise, Mr. Holmes. If Elsie wishes to tell me, then she will. But I have no right to force her confidence. However, I do feel entitled to take my own line, and I will.
Then I will help you with all my heart. Have you seen or heard of any strangers in the neighborhood?
No, I haven't. Some of the farmers take in lodgers, but I've not heard of any lately.
Then I suggest that you return to Derbyshire, Mr. Cubitt, and keep a sharp lookout, and make an exact copy of any fresh dancing men that may appear.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. I will.
But, Mr. Cubitt, this letter which started your wife's torment, you are quite certain that it was from the United States?
Yeah, the postmark was Chicago.
Goodbye. And don't worry. perfectly natural she should receive a letter from America. She's from America.
Yes, but it is not natural to throw it onto the fire unopened.
It's beginning to look like semaphore.
You have read my monograph on secret ciphers?
Some of it. I found it rather heavy going.
It evidently has a meaning. If it is purely arbitrary, it may be impossible to solve. However, if it is systematic, we should be able to get to the bottom of it. But we need more messages, and preferably long ones.
Well, I doubt if Hilton Cubitt would agree with that.
Walker.
You know anything about this?
No, sir. I've not been round the front all day.
Has Mrs. Cubitt been out here?
I've no way of knowing. Have I? Sir.
When I've done this, I want you to wash it off and tell no one about it, and then come to me. I shall have an urgent letter for you to post.
Elsie? Elsie? What are you doing?
I was looking for you.
I thought I heard the door. Have you been out today? Out of the house?
Hilton, come to bed. Everything will look better in the morning.
Will the drawings look better? Will the dancing men look better?
Why do they fuss you so?
Fuss me!
They're just a joke, a bit of mischief.